Hey there, book lovers and history buffs. Ever wonder about the man behind The Grapes of Wrath? Today, we're diving into the life of John Steinbeck, one of America's most celebrated authors. His words painted vivid pictures of the human struggle during the Great Depression. But what shaped the mind behind these powerful stories? Let's uncover the journey of this literary giant. John Ernst Steinbeck Jr. was born on February 27, 1902, in Salinas, California. His hometown would later become the backdrop for many of his novels. Growing up, Steinbeck was surrounded by the beauty of the Salinas Valley. This landscape would deeply influence his writing in later years. As a child, Steinbeck was quiet and often kept to himself. He found solace in books and began writing at a young age. His mother, a former schoolteacher, encouraged his love for literature. She introduced him to the works of great authors like Robert Louis Stevenson. In high school, Steinbeck was an average student but excelled in English. He wrote for the school newspaper and developed a passion for storytelling. After graduating in 1919, Steinbeck enrolled at Stanford University. However, his college experience was far from typical. Steinbeck attended Stanford on and off for 6 years, but never earned a degree. He took writing courses and worked various jobs to support himself. These jobs included working as a lab assistant and a ranch hand. These experiences would later inform his writing about working-class characters. In 1925, Steinbeck left Stanford for good and moved to New York City. He hoped to make it as a freelance writer, but struggled to find success. After a brief stint in New York, he returned to California. Back home, he worked as a tour guide and caretaker at Lake Tahoe. It was during this time that Steinbeck began writing his first novel. Cup of Gold, a historical fiction about the pirate Henry Morgan, was published in 1929. While the book wasn't a commercial success, it marked the beginning of Steinbeck's career. The 1930s proved to be a pivotal decade for Steinbeck. He married his first wife, Carol Henning, in 1930. Together, they moved to Pacific Grove, California. Here, Steinbeck wrote some of his most famous works. Tortilla Flat, published in 1935, brought Steinbeck his first taste of success. The book told the story of paisanos, or working-class Californians of Mexican descent. This novel set the stage for Steinbeck's unique style of social commentary. In 1937, Steinbeck published Of Mice and Men. This novella, telling the tale of two migrant workers, became an instant classic. It was adapted into a successful Broadway play and later, a Hollywood film. But it was The Grapes of Wrath, published in 1939, that cemented Steinbeck's legacy. This powerful novel chronicled the struggles of a family during the Great Depression. It won the National Book Award and the Pulitzer Prize for fiction. The book also stirred controversy for its critique of capitalism and social injustice. During World War II, Steinbeck worked as a war correspondent for the New York Herald Tribune. His experiences during this time influenced his writing in the post-war years. He published Cannery Row in 1945, returning to his roots in Monterey, California. The 1950s saw Steinbeck experimenting with different styles and themes. He wrote East of Eden, which he considered his magnum opus. Published in 1952, the novel was a multi-generational saga set in the Salinas Valley. In 1961, Steinbeck published his final novel, The Winter of Our Discontent. The book explored themes of moral decay in contemporary America. It received mixed reviews, but is now considered one of his most powerful works. Steinbeck's contributions to literature were recognized globally. In 1962, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. The Swedish Academy praised his realistic and imaginative writings. Despite his success, Steinbeck remained humble and dedicated to his craft. He continued to write until his death on December 20, 1968. Steinbeck left behind a legacy of 27 books, including 16 novels and 6 nonfiction works. Throughout his life, Steinbeck was known for his empathy and social consciousness. His works often gave voice to the voiceless and shed light on social injustices. He believed in the power of literature to create change and understanding. Steinbeck's personal life was marked by both joy and struggle. He was married 3 times and had 2 sons with his second wife, Gwendolyn Conger. His third marriage to Elaine Scott lasted from 1950 until his death. Today, Steinbeck's works continue to be read and studied around the world. His childhood home in Salinas is now a museum dedicated to his life and work. The National Steinbeck Center, also in Salinas, further preserves his legacy. Steinbeck's impact on American literature is undeniable. His ability to capture the human experience in all its complexity remains unmatched. From the dusty fields of California to the fishing villages of Monterey, his stories live on. And there you have it, folks, the life of John Steinbeck, a man who turned his observations of the world into timeless literature. His works continue to resonate with readers today, tackling themes that are still relevant. What's your favorite Steinbeck novel? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more literary biographies. Until next time, happy reading.